ABC News Political Director Rick Klein now. So, Rick, we've just heard from our team out in those critical swing states. So what states are you watching most closely for tomorrow night? And which ones can President Trump and Joe Biden cannot afford to lose?
Yeah, Lindsay, starting with President Trump, he has to defend the Sun Belt. And he's on defense in a whole lot of states. And if you look at the map, you have states like Florida, like North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, even Texas. If President Trump loses any of those states, his coalition begins to crumble. And Joe Biden is talking about not just a win, but a big win. The flip side of that, for Joe Biden, he has got to bring back that classic blue wall in the upper Midwest. Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, and particularly Pennsylvania, that has to be Biden country. If he wins some combination of those states, he's on a good path. If he wins all three of those states, Joe Biden will become the next president.
And of course, we've been preparing that this could be a long election night or even a long week. But what could make it an early night on knowing the likely winner? And in what scenarios could this drag out much longer?
Yeah, looking at the time zones, there are several states that have relatively early poll closing times and also are expected to report back a good chunk of the vote fairly quickly. Looking at Florida, looking at North Carolina, looking at Georgia, even Ohio. You know, John Carl and I talked to the Secretary of State there for a Powerhouse Politics podcast just today. He said that they're going to have a lot of vote, including a lot of the early vote, very quickly. And if Biden wins any combination of those states, really any of those states, we may not be looking at someone that's got 270 electoral votes, but I think we're going to know what kind of night we have. If, on the other hand, most of those states stay red, or all of those states stay red, then it could come down to a dogfight and maybe an overtime situation in Wisconsin, Michigan, and again, Pennsylvania. We know from authorities there, they're not going to have most of the vote counted from the early vote, the people that voted early, until Wednesday at the earliest, maybe more like Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, President Trump very clear he doesn't want that overtime scenario. But so control of the Senate is also very much at stake for tomorrow night. What are the key states that Democrats are targeting to win back a majority?
The Senate very much in play. The Democrats will need to pick up a net of 3. They're expected to lose the Alabama Senate seat, so really they have to pick up some combination of 4 here. Looking at Maine, Colorado, Arizona, all places with incumbent Republican senators who are very much on the ropes. North Carolina, a similar situation. Tom Tillis hasn't led in polls for a long time. Joni Ernst in Iowa, a lot of people think that could be the critical one to make or break the majority. And then look at Georgia. This is fascinating, Lindsay. There's actually 2 races on the ballot in Georgia. Democrats are competitive in both, but there's a quirk in Georgia law. You need to get 50% of the vote there. So there are multiple candidates in both races. It's possible that Democrats snag one of those, but if they fall just short, we're talking about a runoff that isn't going to happen until January. So talk about an overtime situation. It could be a while for control of the Senate.
Oh, no. Okay. Rick Klein, thank you so much to you and our entire political team. And tomorrow night, be sure to tune into our live election coverage beginning at 7 p.m. I'll be joining George, David, and the entire team here in New York and across the battleground states. Again, our election night coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.